Yes, today Internet Explorer is finally gone. It can finally rest with VHS tapes, cassette tapes, box TVs, dial-up, and modern connections. Let's talk about this. Microsoft retired Internet Explorer at 12:50 a.m. this morning. It's 5:30 where I'm at right now. But let's talk about how Microsoft's famous Internet Explorer was very popular but then happened to decline. Well, before we take a trip back into the past, let me just ask you guys. You might be wondering, well, Chris, can you still use Internet Explorer after Microsoft disables it? Chances are, if you are running Windows 10, Microsoft is taking it out of Windows 10, so therefore leaving you with Microsoft Edge to replace it. So chances are you won't be able to get that back in Windows 10 unless you get it from a third-party website, leading to viruses and vulnerabilities for your main PC. I would not recommend trying to get it back. And a lot of people, a small majority of people, still use Internet Explorer for legacy codes that was built into it, so that Microsoft Edge does not have to offer. So that right there answers your questions. And now, let's go ahead and take a trip back to the past, and we'll come back and I'll tell you about VirtualBox, and I'll tell you more on how you can still use it on older OSs like XP, Vista, and 7. So, back in the mid-1990s and the mid-2000s, you might have known Internet Explorer had a market share of around 95%, being the popular web browser at the time. And it's what replaced this one right here, Netscape. Netscape.com, and while my light just went off, while Internet Explorer was very popular at the time, I don't know why my light keeps going off. What happened here was it was facing a lot of vulnerabilities and security risk later on in the years. So before Internet Explorer 8 came out, it had a lot of holes, vulnerabilities that Microsoft just had to patch. And Firefox came out in 2003, having a more stable, faster, and secure browsing experience, making users switch over to that and making it safer to use than what IE had. IE faced a lot of security risks, vulnerabilities, and holes that messed people up a lot of times. And at the time, it was actually going a bit slower and stuff. So, with that being said, it took a long time to load pages and everything. Even in the old days, it still wasn't all that best. But when 2009 came around, Google Chrome came out to take away the market share percent of people using IE and Firefox. While it wasn't popular at the time, it took time for it to blow up and more users started going to it instead of using IE. But when Internet Explorer 8 came out, okay, it had a milestone. It fixed a lot of holes and vulnerabilities, and it just was better to use. But by that time, that 95% fell to 50%, and Microsoft didn't even care about it, so they still didn't see it as falling as much. But I feel as if that was something that they should have fixed before. As soon as they should have seen it dropping, they should have tried to make it better, but again, I don't work at Microsoft, don't ask me. But anyways, when people were switching to Chrome, and Firefox already had a percentage of users more than what IE had. So about 30% had Firefox and another 40% had Google Chrome at the time. But you guys might remember Internet Explorer in Windows 95. Okay? You might also remember it, Windows 98. It went through a lot of changes. And also XP, Vista, and 7, Windows 8, and Windows 10. But also, let's talk about the VirtualBox for a second. If you guys are wanting to install Windows XP, Vista, or 7 in a VirtualBox, well, chances are you might get a web page like this. It cannot be displayed. Now, while you might be able to type in Google and might type in Bing, what's going to happen is it'll take you to it. But no matter what you search up and stuff, what happens here is that it's not going to download, it's not going to take you to these websites and nothing because it just won't help you out. And since you're inside of a VirtualBox, you can't really go to your main laptop or your PC, install a web browser to a USB flash drive, and plug it in. That's just not how it works. But let's talk about not being in a VirtualBox. If you still use Internet Explorer and stuff, right? Well, it's out of date. But if you still have an older operating system and you don't have a secure browser, like XP and Vista nowadays don't even support Google Chrome, Firefox doesn't support it anymore. My Moon still supports it though, so that's pretty fast. Moon is like Internet Explorer and Firefox mixed together, but it is very safe to use nowadays, at least. I know that much, because I use it on my Windows XP OS and Windows Vista. But you might be wondering though, well, what can I go to on Internet Explorer? I still want to use it, right? Well, you can't really go to TikTok, can't go to Facebook, can't go to Instagram. YouTube is, you gotta go to a newer web browser. So, while Google Chrome and Firefox might not be supported on XP and Vista, it'll still let you go to YouTube, but it'll probably be very, very slow loading up the YouTube homepage, going to videos, and if you're a YouTuber, like I am, it'll probably take you a long time to edit videos if you really have to use something that old. I get a lot of people don't want to switch from IE back in the days, but it just declined dramatically. Like, I don't know why people would want to still use it, but in today's modern generation, people don't even use it anymore. A lot of people don't even use Microsoft Edge. They got Chrome, which is highly used by a lot of people now. Firefox is still used, and Opera GX is now popular. But again, like I said, Internet Explorer went through a lot of changes, which you see up on the screen. It's popping up everywhere. But again, man, I'm surprised on how much it went through a change, and I'm surprised Microsoft kept it for 27 years. That's a big time. I never seen an OS lasting that long. But you might be wondering, or Chris, why did Microsoft keep it for 27 years? What made them keep it for so many years before they finally go to a new web browser like Microsoft Edge? Well, being the time, Microsoft was trying to add new features and add some more stuff into the web browser, and like you guys see in XP, it had like a Google toolbar and stuff like that was built in with it. But later on discontinued because they took it out. So if you go to Windows 8, 8.1, Windows 10, you don't see it no more. Windows 7 was the last time that it had. But even with the new update to Windows 7, it was just gone. So, really, if you wanted it, you had to go back and install it, if you wanted it. But, instead of answering your question, huh? Well, despite Internet Explorer, all I can tell you is that they kept it because they wanted to add more features and try to make it more secure in today's modern generation, but they failed to keep up with it. So they finally decided to drop it and create Microsoft Edge to replace it. And while it used to look like a dark blue version of Internet Explorer, now it just looks like a round version of Chrome with like a blue thing, ocean wave type logo, I guess, what you would call it, I guess, Microsoft Edge. I don't know why they changed the logo to it, but I guess it's a big step from Internet Explorer, I guess. But again, hopefully this answered your question, guys. Again, Internet Explorer, rest in peace, I guess. It can now rest with box TVs, VHS tapes, dial-up, and modern connections. But I do know at a small majority, if you guys happen to find a way to use Internet Explorer, you can let me know in the comments down below if you guys might find a way to use it in VirtualBox or just out of VirtualBox. Again, I would really respond to some of your comments and stuff, and also hot comment. But there's not much else I can say about Windows like Internet Explorer because I've went over how it blew up and how it declined. I've talked about VirtualBox. I talked about how you can use it in today's modern generation and how you can't. And again, there's just no use to keeping it around. But I hope this answered your question, guys. Again, let me know in the comments down below. Do you guys miss it or do you not? But also, I do just want to say that Japan is pretty mad right now at Microsoft for removing Windows Internet Explorer. You'll see some right here in a second, but yeah. But thank you guys so much for watching. We got a new Windows video coming out very soon. And with all that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Internet Explorer, rest in peace. You're a good operating browser for Windows, but it's time for you to take and lay down, I guess. I have no idea what I just said, but anyways, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next video. Put God first. Peace out.